Today we have a mini foundation wear test. This is going to be the Tirtir foundation review that I owed you guys. The red cushion went viral. We tested out the Aura cushion, and today we're gonna put the all cover cushion foundation to the test. Please make sure you are interacting with today's video. Make sure you're doing all the things for me. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new here, and make sure you leave a comment because your interaction tells YouTube you're enjoying the content, and so they'll go ahead and curate or customize your feed over on the YouTube platform based on what you like to see the most. And of course, it does help me out on the other end. I do have channel memberships. This here is my G Squad, an amazing group of people who have joined channel memberships and are supporting the channel at a higher level. So if you're interested in joining my G Squad, all you have to do is hit the join button below and you are good to go. Mija, my friends, I do have a giveaway that is live. Do not sleep on it. Go check it out. It'll be open for another week and a half. I'm linking that video below too, just in case you're interested in entering. Without further ado, let's put this baby to the test. Before diving in with the application, I want to make sure I give you guys a little bit of detail on this foundation. So it goes for $25. It's available in only 20 shades, whereas the red one is available in 40 shades. So there's definitely a difference in shade range based on the foundation that you're selecting or like the type of foundation. It is a high performance cushion foundation that provides 72-hour hydration and coverage, leaving your skin looking naturally radiant and flawless. Thing is, based on my understanding, this is gonna provide a full coverage, matte with a powder finish. It seems like Tirtir has the 3 tiers and you can choose the coverage that you like. Look, it's brand spanking new. Haven't touched it yet, so vamos a ver. And this is my shade. I got mine just like in the other ones, 31 and French beige. We're gonna prep the skin. I literally just came out the shower, blow dried my hair. I have nothing on, no eye cream, no nothing. I'm doing that on purpose because I am testing out a foundation. So I wanna make sure that I'm not doing anything to my skin that can mess around with the formula of the foundation. My reviews are 100% authentic, so I don't wanna tweak the formula by using an illuminating something, a hydrating something. So in this case, I'm just gonna go in with this primer. It is a Silk Protein Primer. I've used it a lot in my wear tests, and I really like this primer because it's literally just like a primer that kind of creates the barrier between your skin and the foundation. We're gonna let the primer sit for a second. Now, for my wear tests, if you are new here, I like to use a brush on one side and a sponge on the other. I do have a sponge ready to go, but I will not be using this for all over the face. I'll use it for under the eye because Tirtir does provide you with a little spongy, and this one does have like a baby pink finish at the top. The red one has a red, and then the silver has a black. We are going to begin using the sponge. I love the idea of the foundation. I love the compact. I love that it comes with a little spongy, but my feedback based on the type of foundation has been different for the other two. So I do highly recommend you check it out. Look, I'm gonna swipe. By the way, I'm not a full coverage girly. Like, do I pull off full coverage? Yes, but it's not my go-to. As a makeup artist, I can do it all and get away with doing it all, but at the same time, I feel like I just love the less is more look, the clean girl aesthetics, and then the drama on the eyes. So we might go pretty glam today, specifically because of the foundation. So I'm going in, I'm pressing. I have not gone back into the compact. I am gonna do the one side. I'm even gonna cover my lips so you can see the coverage. And then I'm gonna do the forehead. I feel like it's medium, like a full medium, because you can still see to like my little birthmark. You can see my little imperfections. You can see the line on my lip, right? But it does provide a nice coverage. I'm gonna give it a second. I'm wondering if it's gonna oxidize. It's a very good shade. I stuck to the shade that I'm familiar with. I'm gonna set the sponge to the side. I'm gonna go in with a brush. This is gonna be a BK Beauty, an Angie Hot and Flashy, the TA101. It is to travel. It's the same size as the full size. It's just the handle is smaller. I'm gonna dip in here. And we're gonna see if the coverage is gonna be the same. Lighter, heavier. There's usually a difference depending on the tool you use. And then of course, we're gonna try to build this baby. Now mind you, these were not gifted. I actually paid for these myself. My friend Rhonda got me hooked on the red one, the red cushion. I'm gonna have to go back in. There's not enough on the brush. She got me hooked on the red. I'm pretty picky, but that one kind of worked out for me. And so I wanted to try the other two that they had to see whether or not I liked it. All right, friends. There is definitely a difference and I was not expecting this. So the sponge side, I never went back into the compact and I have more coverage somehow. But then on the brush side, it's lighter, but I really dipped into the compact, blended on the cheek, the nose, the chin, and found that there wasn't enough product left on the brush for, I was gonna say for the roof, no, for the forehead. So I had to go in just one extra tap, and somehow I have less coverage on the brush side, which is usually the other way around. That's different. I am gonna go back in. I wanna see if it builds to like a full coverage. So I'm gonna go in and add one more layer. So far it does look really pretty on the skin. I feel like this is a different version of a full coverage because it's definitely got really great coverage, but it doesn't feel heavy. You know, like that full coverage glam where you can't see through to the pores, you can't see anything, but kind of looks heavy like a mask. This still looks healthy, although I'm supposed to get like a matte, satiny matte finish, and I'm not getting that. I'm getting dewy. Give it a second to dry down. I'll do the same thing on the other side. I'll go in with the brush and I will just add a second layer. I mean, look at the coverage on the freaking lips. And it covered most of the redness on my nose. This is what it's looking like as of right now. We're gonna give it a good 2 minutes to fully dry down. I'm not gonna touch it. I'm not adding concealer. I'm not gonna do anything else. Now that I've added a second layer, it is slightly darker than I need in terms of like matching my neck. This never happened with the other two. The other two were like pretty much spot on, 0 issues. I know that I can balance it out, but layering it gave it that deeper look on the skin. We look like we're not matching, but it's okay. It's okay. This side, I was thinking it would dry down by now, but we're not. It's still kind of tacky. I'm gonna give it a minute. I'll be right back. So that quick break of like 1 minute turned into 10, but that's because I went to make my husband a quick glass of hibiscus tea. It looks pretty. It's a lot of coverage, but you know what? I'm not mad at it because I could still see my freckles. This is better than like that heavy, flat, matte glam. On the sponge side, it feels tacky. From a 1 to 10, I'll say a 2, so it's not too bad. And once I apply bronzer and stuff like that, I like set the under eye, I think we'll be okay. The brush side though, the brush side has still less coverage, even though usually you have more coverage with a brush. Less coverage, as you can see. Here is one freckle, I have another freckle here, and then I have another freckle here. These are pretty much almost covered all the way. And then over here I have these two. I don't know why they're there. They've always been there. You can clearly see those with no issue. So this is different for me. In terms of tack, it's like a 0.5. It's not even a 1. There's definitely a difference. It's kind of weird, very, very different for me. So I am so far liking the brush side better in terms of like my personal preference, but the coverage on this side is actually really nice. I'm gonna move forward. I'm gonna pop on the rest of my face. Merit Beauty. For concealer, I'll go in with the Catrice True Skin. The tip fell off. It's somewhere in there. Don't ask me what happened because I really don't know. I just pulled it out and here's what I ended up with. My blush will be the Milk Makeup Cooling Water Jelly. This one isn't fresh. My setting powder will be Ultra Peach by One Size. And then my lip combo for today is going to be Chica, my Flexi Slick with Ofra Cosmetics, and Spice by MAC. The makeup is on. It is 12:37. This is gonna be a mini wear test. However, I really do wanna see how it wears. Now remember how it looked very dewy? It still kind of looks dewy, but not as dewy as before. It does feel like a super de-duper matte, and mind you, I did not powder the entire face because I don't like powdering the entire skin. So I did my T-zone, the under eye, like the bridge of my nose, and this area. I did not powder here, and as you can see, it still has some life to it. It's not like a flat matte, which I like. If you're wondering what's on my eyeballs, it is this palette over here. I use my Level Up Primer, the Sundown palette by Alter Ego. Super duper affordable. I did film that. If you're interested in seeing how I put the look together, click the link below. The video went up yesterday. And I have my Temu lashes on the eyes. All right, so 12:38. I've had the foundation on for about 40 minutes at this point. So we're gonna see how it wears. I'll do a checkup within an hour and a half or so. In comparison, so far, in comparison to the other two, this one looks a lot nicer on the skin. As of right now, first impressions, looks really, really good. I'm hoping this one is the one out of the 3 that wears beautifully and I don't have to like overdo finesse or anything because I already have them. Anyway, so I'll follow up with you guys in about an hour and some change. Hey, hi, hello, it is is time for a checkup. If I look brighter, I did not change anything. I do have a like a metallic situation on my desk and the light bounces off. That tells you when I've cleaned my filming desk. The reflection, the light is bouncing off of the reflector and hitting my face, and that's why we looking crisp and clean and clear. And by the way, anyone that wants to ask or wants to claim that I have a filter on, I don't. I mean, if it were TikTok, maybe, but if you go to my TikTok and Instagram, girl, I don't use filters. You know why? Because when you meet me in real life, I want you to like actually recognize me. And at the end of the day, like, I like me. It's okay. This is not a filter. This is my skin on its own. Now, the time. That was this morning. What was it? It was like 12 something. Girl, I don't remember. I'll put the amount of hours up here somewhere on screen. But right now, it is 4:23. So we're a few hours in, and this is what the makeup is going to look like. If you are new to my wear tests, if you are new to my application videos and that kind of thing, when I'm trying out something like a foundation, I do not, absolutely do not set the entire skin or do anything super duper different than I would on a regular basis. That said, I also avoid setting sprays. I don't want to manipulate. I don't want to kind of tweak what the foundation is going to look like or how it's going to wear, because I want it to be a true wear test. Also, I just remembered, I just realized I forgot to make it clear to you guys on what my skin type is. I have normal combo skin. So I very rarely get dry and very rarely get oily. So I have like great skin to test out a whole bunch of foundations, and the ones that don't work for me, and the ones that do. Ay, Dios mío. Okay, so here we have it. The foundation is looking shockingly beautiful. I whipped out a mirror, and I do have little shimmers. That is not radiance, that's not oils, that's not grease, that's not the foundation being funky. That's actually shimmers from the eyeshadow that has kind of like shifted a little bit. Anyways, mija, my skin looks so freaking good. I remember when I used the red one. I don't actually have a full wear test, but I did a live and I applied it and I gave you guys feedback and I've updated you guys. But I do have a full on wear test of the silver one. The silver one made me so greasy, I think within an hour. It was super fast. It was weird. With the silver one, we didn't last all day. This one here, we're looking at 4 hours. I did go outside. The weather's not too hot or too humid here in Florida right now. We just got over a cold front. It's wearing super duper good and I'm actually really excited. Now, I am going to go and cook right now. So I'll be in the kitchen in front of the hot stove. So I wonder what's gonna happen with the skin once I actually give it another 2 hours. I'll be back in a few hours. Okay, friends, I've cooked, I've fed my family, and what time is it? It is 6:20. This amount of hours, I wouldn't eat. Girl, I can't even tell you, okay? This is a proud moment for me. Look at this skin. I have the smallest amount of little oils coming through here. But remember, we used like a normal, like a regular primer. It wasn't like a mattifying, it's not a hydrating, it's not a luminous or radiant. The cheeks are still looking smooth and pretty. I'm even impressed that it's not settling. It hasn't shifted, it hasn't settled. I do this a lot, so I did rub off most of the foundation off of the tip of my nose. It's one of those things that I do. I think I found the Tirtir foundation that's for me. If you have oily skin, I really think you're going to like this. Hours later, it still looks really matte. You could probably like get away with a mattifying primer, let it sit for a second, and then apply your foundation. You might have to blot the smallest amount, but also you may not have to, so it really depends. I love how smooth my skin is looking. I'm so not mad at it. If you have really dry skin, I would probably skip this unless you already own it or you really wanted to try it. Then you're gonna have to hydrate the skin big time. When you have dry skin, applying something that is this mattifying, naturally it's gonna look heavy on your skin, so you really don't want that. And then if you have the same as I do, normal combo, I totally would go in with a normal primer. What do you guys think? And for the price of the foundation, like, come on, it was like $24, $25. Let's do the full roundup. When it comes to this foundation over here, the red one that has gone viral, it is a very, very nice foundation. You guys have seen my skin with nothing on it. I like the foundation, but I like it with the Bay Free that I've showed here many times. It's a blurring balm. For some reason, this foundation looks smoother and just prettier on my skin with the Beauty Balm Primer by Bay Free. I find that I have to blot in between throughout the day, which kind of sucks because I don't like blotting or powdering the skin or anything like that, but that's this one. I liked it, but only with the Bay Free Balm, which is a pore blurring type of primer. This one, the video is linked below. This one, super light coverage. So if you want that glass-like skin effect, you're gonna get it with this. It is very pretty. However, I don't like the way it wore on me in the end. I have tried it with a mattifying primer. Girl, I'm an oily mess. And so I've tried it 2 other times and then I was like, yeah, maybe this one is just not for me. Again, check out the entire wear test video so you'll see what I'm saying. This one is, I literally loved the feeling. It's lightweight, it's comfortable. I feel like I literally have nothing on the skin. At first I was questioning it. At first I wasn't sure, but now throughout the day, I was just like, yes. There you go, guys. Those are my final thoughts. What do you guys think? Have you tried any of the 3? If you have, which one do you have and do you like it? If you've tried something else other than the foundation that you highly recommend, make sure you leave it below in the comments. Do not forget, my giveaway is live. You might want to go check that out. The video in which I shared like the details on that giveaway is linked in the description box. And if you've made it this far, you guys, I truly appreciate it. Thank you so much. I really hope you've enjoyed today's video and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys.